Hey, it's Leslie Schmidt. This is Taz, my patient. I'm going to place an IV cephalic catheter in his leg. He is sedated right now, and we do have permission from the doctor to work on him while he's sedated. I washed my hands before we got him out. I watched the instructional video on how to place the cephalic catheter. So what I'm going to start with by doing is shaving some hair on his leg so we can visualize the vein. That is done. We're going to ready our catheter. For cat of this size, I'm going to go ahead and put a 24 gauge catheter in. And I've got my catheter plug. So we've got Novocaine scrub in solution here. I'm going to prep the leg with 3 passes of each, and alternating with the scrub and the solution. So I'm going to start with scrub, and then solution. Scrub, solution, and then with my final pass, I'm only going to use one direction of scrub, and then you're going to follow the directions, not scrub back over the leg in solution. Okay. Before I have Victoria hold off on the leg, I'm going to get the catheter ready. I need to inspect it. It's a brand new catheter. I'm going to open it and look at it. I don't see any evidence of any flaws. Is this already been flushed? Okay. I'm going to remove this catheter cap on the end. We use the injection port as the cap. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place 1/2 inch piece of tape over the end of the catheter, but not just on the hub itself, not the catheter. You need to use a piece that's long enough to get around the leg. So that's ready. So we're ready to go ahead and have Victoria hold off on the leg. And flush the catheter with heparinized saline so we don't occur any clots in there. I'm going to go ahead and place it. And I've got bevel facing up. And the vein is large and distended from the pressure that we've got. I'm going to go ahead and go into the skin and search for the vein. And that was a successful placement. Everything went in as it should. I just have to go ahead and get the cap in. I'm removing the stylet and I'm going to place the catheter cap. I'm going to go ahead and use the first piece of tape that we secured on the catheter before we put it in to actually tape it in. And Victoria's already let off the pressure on the vein. I forgot to mention that she would do that as soon as I got the catheter in, and she did. Good job. Before I get really advanced with the taping, I'm going to go ahead and flush the catheter to make sure it's in the vein. It's bleeding quite a good bit, so I think it's in there. Okay, so the catheter's in, it flushes normally. I'm going to go ahead and clean up the leg. I got it a little dirty. And get some peroxide. I'm actually going to go back and take this piece off because I forgot we do need to put some mupirocin on where I punctured the leg. So we're going to do that so it'll minimize the damage to the skin. realize where I placed the catheter, I'm going to put some medicine in. And then a piece of gauze over the top of that.
Take a little bit, pull like, pull it back and
Just going to trim this gauze down so there's not so much on the leg.
so that's gonna be a big hole.
So we're putting that over the puncture site with the medicine. Just going to replace some nice fresh tape here.
And draining the first one.
Nah, because you still gotta get the whole base out. And that skin's so abnormal anyway over the top of it, you wouldn't want to leave it. You know, if the skin weren't so thin.
Test the catheter again to make sure it's
And you knew
working.
something was a cyst, you could always, if you had enough skin to work with, you could always incise over it and then just kind of peel it out. And then you probably still have to take some of the skin off, but you wouldn't have to take much.
It's still in working order, so we're going to finish taping it in.
Same way, you know, some of the redundant skin, but each one have to like.
I'm going to put a piece under the very part, the front part that has
Like I
the
said, the only part
injection port on it.
The heebie-jeebies about this
So
is
secure that in there well.
just where it is. But like I said, psychology-wise, can't find anything.
We're going to flush it one more time to make sure it works. And it flushes fine, everything's great. So that's the placement of the cephalic catheter. Thank you. I'm also going to note in the record for Taz that we placed this catheter. Thank you.